Hello guys, welcome back to my video for this time for another active listening skills assignment and this time assignment 5. So it's another video for this subject, so let's go for my introduction as usual. Okay, my name is Iqlima Divasena and my name is 33250076 and I'm from class 33 2C07 and for this assignment it contains three parts. The first part is true or false. The second part is introduction, and the last part is retelling. So let's just go with it. The first part, true or false. I will read the statement, and I will tell you this is false or true. Is this is false? So I will explain the reason or the true statement. The first one, Jenny Fowler introduced NetNews as a monthly television program devoted exclusively to computer gaming. So the first one, this is false. NetNews is a weekly program dealing with all matters online, not a monthly television program about computer gaming. Number two, David Arthurs works as a software engineer for a company called Webster. And this is false. David Arthurs is the head of an internet security company called WebLock, not a software engineer at Webster. Number three, the interview mainly discusses social networking addiction and cyberbullying. And this is also false. The interview mainly discusses spam emails, spam filters, computer virus, and phishing. Four, Jenny says you received only 5 spam emails this morning. And this is false too. Jenny says she received about 30 to 40 spam emails that morning. Number five, Jenny's spam emails mainly contain advertisement for computer hardware. This is also false. Her spam emails contain things like live streaming notification and other things she prefer not to mention on the show. That's computer hardware advertisement. Number six, David recommends using a single email account for both personal and professional purposes. This is also false. David strongly recommends having separate personal and work email accounts. Next, number seven, David advised internet users to post their email address widely to increase online visibility. And it is false. David advises users to be very guarded about where they leave their email address. Warn against posting it widely. 8. According to David, honest businesses are the primary collectors of email addresses found online. And this is also false. David says it unscrupulous individuals who harvest email addresses for personal gain or to sell to third parties or people. Number 9, David claims that email addresses can only be collected manually by human beings. And this is also false. David explained the software programs called spiders automatically troll the internet collecting email addresses without any human involvement. 10. David explains that software programs called crawlers search only private websites for email addresses. It's false. The programs are called spiders, not crawlers, and they crawl the internet generally. It means not only private websites, but all over the internet. Number 11, David suggests keeping all email accounts even if they are heavily targeted by spam. This is false. David recommends creating a new email account and starting over if a throwaway account has been heavily targeted by spam. Number 12, Jenny believes getting a new email account is a perfect solution for every listener. And it follows, Jenny acknowledges that creating a new account may not be practical for all of their listeners. Some of them might think it's uh, another. Number 13, David recommends sending complaints directly to every spammer. It's false. David does not recommend contacting spammers directly. Instead, he recommends using anti-spam filter tools provided by ESP. Number 14, David states that internet service providers rarely offer spam protection, and it's false. David says most ESPs will most likely have one of the main anti-spam filters already active on all their users' accounts. Verse 15. Spam filters generate analyze outgoing messages rather than incoming messages. False. Spam filters analyze incoming messages and flag, defer, or delete emails considered to be spam. 16. Davis says spam filters identify spam solely on the basis of message length. It's also false. Spam filters identify spam based on multiple factors, such as certain words, large blue or red font, lack of return address, and excessive capitalization, and it's not message long length alone. 17. Excessive capitalization is never considered an indicator of spam. It's also false. There is specifically mentioned that too much capitalization is one of the factors that can mark an email as a spam. 18. A missing return address makes an email appear more trustworthy. False. A lack of return address is actually one of the signs that marks an email as a spam, making it appear less trustworthy. Next. 19. Jenny worries that legitimate emails might accidentally be deleted by spam filters. And it's true, actually. Number 20. David says that any email written in blue text is automatically deleted. And it's false. David says that blue text is just one factor among several other factors. Message written in blue but otherwise normal will not be flagged as spam. And it's only when several suspicious factors appear together. And 21. Spam filters usually classify a message as spam after detecting only one suspicious feature. It's false. David explains that a spam filter will only flag a message as spam if several suspicious features are found together and not just one factor. 22. Users have no control over the sensitivity settings of spam filters. It's false. David says users are often given control over the sensitivity level of spam filters. So this may not apply to users of huge national I- ISPs like AUL. 33. Margaret owns the program from New York. And it's not its fault. Margaret phones from Boston, not New York. 24. Margaret wants to know whether antivirus software can block spam messages. And it's false. Margaret wants to know whether anti-spam filters can also help prevent computer viruses and not whether antivirus software blocks them. 35. David says that most viruses originate from downloading music from the internet. False. David says many users infect their PCs by opening email attachments which may come from people they know who have unwittingly sent infected files. 26. David recommends opening unexpected attachments to check whether they are damaged. This is fully false. David advises users not to open any attachment that arrives unexpectedly. 27. David advises computer users not to install antivirus software because modern operating systems are already secure enough. It's false. David recommends always having an up-to-date antivirus program installed on your computer. 28. David explains that phishing is spelling with an S rather than a PH. Oh, David clarifies that phishing is spelled with PH, not N. 29. David says phishing is an ancient online threat that has existed since the invention of email. If false, David described phishing as a quite recent phenomenon. So, questionably, 30. When asked for the report, David warns that users should never reply to emails requesting personal information such as phone number, username, or passwords. And this is the last and it's actually true. Okay, let's go next. to the next part. So this is the second part answer the question. So I have some audio and there's about sport news and there's question and I will answer the question. Number one, why was Diego Garcia's victory in the French Open considered a significant achievement compared to his performance in the previous year? The answer, Diego Garcia's victory was considered a significant achievement because in the previous year he had lost in the first round of the French Open. Okay, number two, what reason did Garcia give for his improved performance, and what is decides about the role of coaching in professional sports? The answer, Garcia credited his new coach for his improved performance. This suggests that coaching plays a crucial role in professional sports, as the right guidance and training strategy can lead to a remarkable turnaround in a player's results in a relatively short period of time. Three, based on the report, what can be inferred about his scholar performance despite losing the match? Even though Roller lost, he performed well. The match went to first stage, which means he gave Garcia a very tall challenge to open game. Four, why is the second semi-final match between Rotlander and Brad Wilson particularly important? The answer, because neither Lander nor Wilson has ever won the French Open before. This means the final will definitely have first-time Grand Slam champion. Five, explain how the report creates a sense of anticipation regarding the French Open final. The answer, the report builds excitement by highlighting Garcia's incredible comeback story and the fact that the other finalists will be a first-time winner. But both storylines make the audience curious about who will win. Number six, analyze the significance of Gianfranco Baresi's victory in the fifth stage of the Tour de France. Answer, winning the fifth stage allowed Baresi to take the yellow jersey, meaning he became the overall leader of the race. This shows he is performing strongly both in individual sets and overall. Number seven, what evidence suggests that Baresi is currently the strongest contender to win the Tour de France? Answer, Baresi holds the yellow jersey and leads his nearest rival by over 3 minutes. That is a very large gap in cycling, which shows he is clearly dominating the race at this point. 8. The reporter states that it will take something special to take the yellow jersey off him. What does this statement imply about the current competition? So the answer is it implies that Paris' lead is so strong that no other competitor can realistically beat him unless something unusual happens, like an injury or a mechanical problem. 9. How did weather conditions affect the first day of the IBM Open in Tennessee? Answer: rain caused delays during the first day, so not all players could finish their first round on time. The competition fell behind its original schedule. Then compare the performance of Mark Chappell, Mark McGonagall, and Jeff Connor during the first round of the tournament. So the answer, Chappell led with a score of 65, while McGonagall and Connor both scored 66. All three played well, but Chappell performed the best with the lowest score of the day. 11. Why was Rose Wirther hole-in-one considered extraordinary? So the answer, because it was achieved on a very long hole. A hole-in-one at such distance is extremely rare, even for professional golfers. 12. How does the description of Wirther's shot contribute to the dramatic effect of the sports reports? It adds excitement to the report by giving the audience a memorable highlight. It breaks the routine of sports updates and makes the coverage more interesting and entertaining. 13. Explain how changing weather conditions influence the qualifying session for the Japanese Grand Prix. The session started in wet conditions, making the track slow. As it dry later, drivers could go faster and set better lap times. So the results changed significantly throughout the session. 14. What was Kruger's achievement particularly impressive according to the report? Because Kruger drives for a smaller team with fewer resources, beating drivers from bigger, more powerful teams to secure pole position made his achievement stand out. 15. What can be inferred about Eddie Cochrane's performance during different stages of the qualifying session? Cochrane seemed to perform better in the wet conditions early in the session. When the track dried and improved, other drivers posted faster times and moved ahead of him, suggesting he's stronger in wet conditions and not dry. 16. How does the report suggest that Gerd Kruger could strengthen his position in the World Championship standings? So starting from position gives Kruger a strong advantage. If he converts it into a good race result, he can earn more points and move up in the World Championship standings. 17. Which baseball game appears to be the most closely contested? Justify your answer using the score provided. So the most closely contested game was between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, which ended with score of 4-3. This one run margin indicates that the match was extremely tight and competitive. 18. Which team demonstrated the most dominant performance in the baseball results? The most dominant performance was won by the Chicago Cubs, who won their game by the largest margin among the reported results. Their convincing scoreline suggests they outplayed their opponents comfortably. 19. Compare how individual sports, tennis, golf, and motor racing, and team sports, baseball, are presented in the news report. So the individual sports are presented with a strong focus on personal narratives like individual achievements and specific player performance, such as classic comeback story with the hole-in-one and the position. And in contrast, team sports like baseball are reported more briefly and successfully, and with the focus play on scores and results rather than individual stories. The last question for this part. So I'm here to make a note. The So the answer, the first topic. So the topic for this audio is a sport news report covering major international sporting events including tennis, cycling, golf, motor racing, and basketball. So I'm going to read some notes. The report opens with tennis news from the French Open, where Diego Garcia defeated Hans Muller in a five-set final to claim the title. Garcia, who lost in the first round the previous season, credited his new coach for the improvement. The other semifinal between Rod Langer and Brett Wilson will determine Garcia's opponent in the final, with both players being first-time Grand Slam finalists. In cycling, Gianfranco Baresi won the fifth stage of the Tour de France and now leads the overall standings by more than 3 minutes, making him the clear fifth. In golf, the IBM Open in Tennessee was disturbed by rain on the first day. Mark Chappell leads with score of 65, followed by McGonagall and Connor at 66. Plus Little made headlines with a remarkable hole-in-one. In motor racing, Kruger secured pole position for the Japanese Grand Prix before driving for a small team with the session affected by changing weather conditions. And finally, several baseball results were reported, with the closest match being the Yankees versus Red Sox with the ending score 4-3. For the conclusion, the report highlights that individual brilliance, time, teamwork, and adaptability to conditions are key factors that determine success across different sports. Okay, so this is for the last part, retelling story. So I'm gonna tell a story. So this is about the Nightingale. Long ago in China, there lived a powerful emperor whose palace and gardens were considered the most beautiful in the world. Deep in the forest nearby lived a nightingale whose song was so breathtaking that travelers from all over the world would come just to hear it. However, the emperor himself had never heard the bird sing. When he discovered this through a ghost, he immediately ordered his servants to bring the nightingale to the palace. So after much searching, a young kitchen maid led the court to the nightingale in the forest. The bird agreed to perform at the palace, and her singing moved the emperor so deeply that tears rolled down his cheeks. The nightingale became a beloved figure at court and was given a permanent place in the palace. Sometime later, the Emperor of Japan sent a gift, beautiful mechanical bird covered in jewels that could also sing. Cole became so fascinated with the artificial bird that the real nightingale quietly flew back to the forest, and eventually she was banished from the empire. However, the mechanical bird eventually broke down and could no longer sing. So years passed and the emperor fell ill. Still lie dying, only the real nightingale who had heard of his condition. So the nightingale returned to sing for him. Her song was so powerful that it drove away death itself and restored the emperor back to health. Grateful and humble, the emperor offered the nightingale anything she wished, and she only asked that he keep her return a secret, and that she be free to visit whenever she chose. The emperor agreed, and when his servants arrived the next morning, expecting to find him dead, he greeted them with a simple "Good morning." Okay, so that it is the last part for this video, and so thank you once again for watching my video until the end. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope you understand. I'm sorry if the audio is kind of bad for now. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. See you next video. Bye bye.